What is going on, comic book fans, and welcome back for another episode of Comic Book Speculation Recommendations, the video where I look off into the future at final order cutoff and new comic book day of next week. And why do I do this? I do this so this way you guys have enough time to put in your pre-orders for your final order cutoff books, and to also have enough time to reach out to your local LCS and tell them, hey, I was watching Bruce and Stephanie Comics Comic Book Speculation Recommendations video. I like what he had to say. I did my own research, and I would like to pick up a couple extra copies of these books because I would like to start and make this hobby fund itself. It is time for my 2 weekly reminders. These are the 2 reminders I tell you guys about each and every single week because these are very important. And the first thing will always be to do your own research. I know I say this each and every week, but it is very important. So why do you need to do your own research? Well, I'm gonna give you guys some books that I think have good speculation in today's video, but you guys need to do your own research. You need to go check other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible. That way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself, because you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books. And guys, speculation is just educated guesses. That's right, I am making educated guesses. So before you guys go and spend your money on my guesses, go out, do your own research, so that way you guys feel the most comfortable with your decisions. And their next reminder is that there are delays with comic books. That's right, there are a lot of delays happening right now, especially with Marvel books, but this is happening to both DC, Marvel, and indie books. Guys, Geiger, the 80-page giant, I have spoken about in the last like 4 or 5 videos, and I'm going to talk about it again today because it is once again delayed, but it's showing up on both FOC and New Comic Book Day for next week, which is crazy. But guys, there are delays in books, so I will speak about books multiple times. Sometimes when those books are delayed, I will speak of them each time they show up because I think they're good spec. But guys, that is the last reminder for this week. Let's jump in to my final order cutoff books. Alright guys, it is time to talk about all the books that have speculation that are landing on FOC the week of November 21st for your DC and Scout books, and November 22nd for your Marvel and all the other indie titles. Alright guys, we are starting off our list with our cover lover pick of the week, and it was actually kind of hard to find a cover that was just like really good that I could actually call a cover lover, but I did find one. I found one after looking through it 2 times, but guys, this is Justice League number 77, the B cover. This is the Alexander Lozano, I believe that's how you pronounce it, the Lozano cover, and it features the Flash, and he's just like in this really cool pose, and he's like kind of ripping through the Speed Force. It's actually a really cool cover. Are you guys gonna pick up this cover? Did you guys go through FOC yourself and find a book that you were like, wow, this cover should have been on Bruce's cover lover pick of the week? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. Alright guys, it is time to go through all the books on FOC that have speculation. We're gonna rip through these as quickly as possible because there's a bunch of books. So let's not waste any time and let's get through this list. First up, we have Catwoman Lonely City number 2. This is the first appearance of OG Beast, a character inspired by KG Beast. There's literally a question mark on Key Collector app that says KG Beast. Next up, we have Legends of the Dark Knight number 8. This is the first team appearance of the Ghost Dogs led by Ghost. Next up, we have Nightwing number 87. Now this, I don't want to consider actual speculation, but the concept of what they're trying to achieve in this book sounds amazing. And that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. So, in Key Collector app, it says, story is illustrated throughout as one continuous image. So if the pages were placed side by side, they would form one complete picture. Now that is just awesome. I don't think I've ever seen that done in a comic before. I'm sure it has been, but guys, that sounds really freaking cool, and I cannot wait to pick up Nightwing 87, guys, and there are some really cool covers. I actually really like the B cover, and that 1 in 25 is actually pretty decent as well. All right, let's move on. Next up, we have Swamp Thing Green Hell number 1. This is a 3-issue prestige format, so that's that Black Label book, limited series. As humanity faces extinction, the Parliament of the Green, the Red, and the Rot agree to wipe the slate clean, and to do so, they must summon an avatar, a horrific monster. So this is the first appearance of the aforementioned horrific monster. Next up is a book that's been on this list so many times. This is Geiger, the 80-page giant. It's an anthology of stories including a new character introduction and established character origins. Next up is Gunslinger Spawn number 3. Gunslinger Spawn comes face to face with a new villain from his western past. So there's a new villain for you right there. Next up, we have King Spawn number 5. This has the identity of Disruptor revealed. Next up, we have Spawn Scorched number 1. This is the premiere issue of a teen book that includes Spawn, Redeemer, Gunslinger Spawn, Medieval Spawn, and She Spawn. And the last book on this list is Wastelander's Black Widow number 1. This has the first appearance of Old Woman Black Widow and also the first appearance of Lizard King, which is most likely Dr. Kurt Connors. Blizzard from Spider-Man. He has not been seen in this Old Man Logan post-apocalyptic universe before, but this is who we think he is, the first appearance of Lizard King. Alright guys, those are all the books on this list. Are there any books that I think you guys should consider picking up multiple copies of to speculate on, that I think will be worth more money in the future? And I do think there are 2 books that you guys can consider. Geiger the 80-Page Giant is the first one. I've talked about this book over and over again. I think this story is perfect for a TV series on HBO Max, Netflix, something like that. It's post-apocalyptic. It's really, really good story. Jeff Johns is such an amazing storyteller, and I would love to see this world become a reality on the small screen. And this is just going to have the origins of lots of characters within that universe, so this would be an easy pickup for you guys if this series does get optioned down the line. And the second book that I'm going to suggest you guys pick up a couple extra copies of is Wastelander's Black Widow #1. Now, why is this? Well, I think the MCU could do something really cool in making the Old Man Logan universe become a reality. Why? Well, because everyone loves Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and I would love to see him come back into the MCU. And if they did this, they could bring in characters like Old Man Hawkeye, Old Woman Black Widow. And guys, you could have their first appearances right here. Now, is the MCU even hinting of doing anything like this? No, they are not. But if they do, that would be amazing. And we could get Hugh Jackman back into the MCU as Old Man Logan, and we could have awesome characters like Old Woman Black Widow, Old Man Hawkeye, and other cool things. Have you guys seen Jeremy Renner? He looks old as F already, and he'd be perfect fit for that Old Man series. So, guys, those are my 2 choices. Geiger the 80-Page Giant, and also Wastelander's Black Widow #1. Alright guys, it is time to jump into my new comic book day spec picks for the week of November 24th of 2021. That is the week of Thanksgiving, guys. So hopefully you guys are able to make it to your local LCS and pick up your books before Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays of all time. But guys, there are some really amazing covers this week, so let's not waste any more time and jump right into my cover lover picks of the week. And the first one up is Venom #2. That's right, Venom #2 is about to come out. And guys, this cover by Bjorn Barends. Totally butchering that name. I apologize, but it is so creepy and so freaking cool. I absolutely love this cover, but I probably won't be picking it up for myself. But guys, this is such an amazing cover. I definitely needed to make the cover lover section. Next up, we have House of Slaughter #1. This second print, the 1 in 10 art by Jay Lee. I have the Jay Lee #1 cover for Something is Killing the Children, and obviously I had to pick this up. It is just such an amazing cover, and I wanted the pair to go together. Next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man #79, the 1 in 25 art by Sergio Davala. This cover is so freaking cool, featuring Kraven the Hunter on the cover in a lion. It is just gorgeous. I love this cover. Does Kraven have anything to do with the story that's happening right now in the book? I don't know. I'm not caught up at all, but I'm going to get caught up hopefully soon. And the last book on my cover lover section is DC vs. Vampires #2, the B variant cover done by Francisco Martina. This cover is freaking awesome. Amazing in my opinion. I love it. If you guys are not reading DC vs. Vampires, you should. It's a really cool story. It's a story that James Tynion IV started, and Matthew Rosenberg is going to help finish, because obviously James Tynion IV is no longer with DC Comics. He's with Substack, and he's doing his own thing, doing his own comics. But guys, this book was really fun. It was a lot of fun, and Green Lantern, whoa! What you did in that first issue was amazing. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone, but guys, those are my cover lover picks of the week. What did you guys think? Did I miss anything and not put a book on here that I should have? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. Alright guys, it's time to jump into the 2 books. That's right, only 2 books that I think has decent enough speculation that you guys should consider picking up multiple copies of. And guys, remember, I use the Key Collector app to get this data for new comic book day spec. So you guys, if you don't have that app, download that app, pay whatever the $2 is per month for it. Because if you're a comic book speculator, this is a great app to have at the ready, so that way you guys can always be on top of the current speculation. But guys, their future spec list for next week has 41 books in total. This is what happens when a lot of books get delayed over and over again. So there are a lot of books potentially coming out next week. Who knows if there'll be further delays. But guys, 41 books in total, 14 new #1s, and only 3 of the books out of the 41 have first appearances. That means there's a lot of variant covers that people are possibly specking on. But guys, the two books that I think you guys should consider. Let's start off with the first one. All right, guys, so my first spec pick for this week is Thor #19. This is the beginning of a new story arc, which is called God of Hammers. And this is also the possible first appearance of a new character named God of Hammers, whose origin is solicited in Thor number 21. Now, why do I think you guys should pick up a couple extra copies of this character? Well, this book is written by Donny Cates, and a lot of the stuff that he does is just absolutely amazing. He's also teased over and over again that the Black Winter is coming back. What if the Black Winter is coming back as the God of Hammers? What if this character has something to do with the Black Winter? You're gonna want both first appearances. So if you don't have the Black Winter's first appearance, go out and get that now while it's on the cheap. And also pick up this, because what if this is tied into that? We don't know. I wouldn't go crazy on this because there's been no talk about this character being big, especially from Donny Cates. If you guys are not following him on Twitter already, you guys definitely should, because he does drop hints before books land. So I do think you guys should consider, do your own research, go check his Twitter account. But guys, Thor number 19, this is a good pick for me. And guys, this cover A by Nick Klein is absolutely stunning. Love it. I love the way he draws Odin. Odin just looks like an old man badass. All right, what is my second book that I think you guys should consider picking up extra copies of? All right, guys, the second and final book on my new comic book day spec list is Hulk number 1. There's a lot of books. Like I said, there were 41 books on that list, and there was 3 first appearances, but I'm going to go with Hulk number 1. This team up of Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley, the artist behind Invincible, I think is going to be an awesome team for this Hulk book. And if you guys have been following Donny Cates on Twitter, he's been hyping up his Hulk run for a while, saying it's going to be amazing. And I am one to believe him, because the beginning of his Venom run was amazing. His Thor run, in my opinion, is absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what he's going to do with the character Hulk. So those are my 2 books. Hulk number 1 and Thor number 19, both Donny Cates' book. He's just such a great writer, and I think his books are going to do really well on the secondary market in the future. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. What did you think about the spec that I spoke about in today's video? Do you guys like it? Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? Guys, leave a comment down below. I love communicating with you guys. I'll do my best to always respond to you. I do fall behind sometimes, but guys, I love hearing you guys' thoughts and ideas. Guys, let me know if there's a book that I miss on either FOC or New Comic Book Day that you think I should have spoke about in today's video. Because guys, you guys help make me be a better speculator, and you also make this channel that much better. Guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, consider getting yourself subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications and smash that like button. All right, guys, I will see you guys later this week on Friday with I don't know what I'm going to do for a video, but it's going to be something. But guys, I'll see you later. Have a great week. I'll see you on Friday. Peace.